Hey everybody, how are we all doing? So, Valve decided to surprise everybody. I mean, not really, because the leaks were telling us that something was coming from Valve, and they announced 3 new sets of hardware. They have a standalone VR headset coming called Steam Frame, but the big one that everybody's paying attention to is a mini PC that Valve is releasing called a Steam Machine. If you're curious what it looks like, and here it is. And yep, it's like a GameCube. It definitely looks like a GameCube, so I'd say the meme of a GameCube is pretty darn accurate. Now, if you want to see the rear of the machine, here it is. So you got the big, valve with the fan on the back. You got your typical ports, your display A, your typical USB ports, obviously HDMI 2. So yeah, that's the Steam Machine. Now, if you're wondering what the controller looks like, and here it is. And I kind of like it. I mean, obviously, it depends on how comfortable it is, because no joke, the actual shape of it kind of reminds me of the OG Duke Xbox controller, but I think that is still bigger than this. I mean, it looks similar though, maybe, obviously the Steam controller is a little smaller in my opinion. You got your touchpads, your 2 analog sticks. I'd say if it handles comfortably, I'd say this would be a pretty good controller. Now, let's see what the Steam Machine is all about. Your Steam library in more places with over 6 times the horsepower for your Steam Deck. Steam Machine has the power to play your whole Steam library, including your favorite AAA games. Just sign in with your Steam account and your entire library is there. As someone who's kind of grown a little library in the 2 years that I've been a PC gamer, I have about 200 games, something like that, something in that threshold. Yeah, I mean, cool that I can take all my Steam library with me if I decide to get this thing. Cool. That's really cool. I like that. So, what are some of the features that this new machine will have? So, here we go. SteamOS, an operating system optimized for gaming with fast suspend / resume and cloud saves, and that's just the start of it. Small form factor, put it under your TV, set it on your desk, hide it under a banana. It's powerful PC gaming, packed into a roughly 6-inch cube. Cool and quiet. Steam Machine keeps quiet and runs whisper quiet even while running the most demanding games. Something like Cyberpunk is definitely one that would, categorize as a demanding game. I/O for days, ready for all the peripherals and mouse you can throw at it. 1 GB port, Ethernet port, DisplayPort 1.4 to HDMI 2.0. I mean, would I have liked HDMI 2.1 like other systems have done? Yeah, but I mean, it's not a deal breaker, I guess, but it's just surprising that they didn't go with 2.1. Anyway, 1 USB-C port and 4 USB-A ports, but don't actually throw stuff at it. CPU and GPU, 4K gaming at 60 FPS with FSR thanks to a discrete, semi-custom AMD desktop class CPU and GPU. Storage, available in 2 storage sizes, 512 GB and 2 TB. You can expand your storage with microSD. Connectivity, 2x2 Wi-Fi 6E plus Bluetooth 5.3 with a dedicated antenna. Steam controls wireless adapters built right into the Steam Machine for direct pairing. And finally, no power brick. Steam Machine's power supply is built right, and if I'm mistaken, I meant to say microSD, not SSD for upgrading your storage. So there, if I got it wrong, I quickly corrected myself. Anyway, continuing. There's an LED strip, y'all. Keep tabs on system size like download progress, even your system is off. Or screen is off, excuse me. Customize it with different colors and animations, or turn it off. Okay, that's pretty cool. That they're allowing ways where you can customize your Steam Machine. Like, it would be an actual PC. So, awesome. That's really darn cool. I like that. Anyway, continuing. Optimized for gaming, it runs SteamOS. Steam Machine runs Valve's gaming-first operating system. It's designed to provide a plug-and-play user experience while keeping the power and flexibility. Experience it in the same way as your hardware, like Steam Deck and Steam Frame. Steam Machine verified. We are expanding our verified machine, including for Steam Machine, so customers can understand how their games will run. And finally, and it's a PC. Yes, it's optimized for it, but it's still your PC, so you can use it as your workstation. Install your own apps, or even on the operating system. Who are we to tell you how to use your computer? Now, if you're interested in the technical specs of the Steam Machine, here's what we got. They've kind of gone over in some of the previous images they've shown, but there's some new ones here in the actual chart. Like, for instance, let's look at the RAM. Actually, look at the CPU first. AMD Zen 4, for GPU, semi-custom AMD RDNA 3, 28 compute units, 2.45 GHz max sustained clock, and 110 watt of power. 16 GB GDR5 plus 8 GB GDR6 VRAM. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Ooh, that's. I'll discuss that once we're finished with the specs part. Displays up to 4K out to 40Hz or 8K at 60Hz if you're using the DisplayPort. It supports HDMI FreeSync and daisy chaining. I've never heard of daisy chaining. If anybody's ever used it, let me know down in the description what exactly that is, because I don't know it. I'm at comments, excuse me. HDMI 2.0 up to 4K 120Hz, supports HDR FreeSync and CEC, and you got two USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports in the front, then two USB-A 2.0 high-speed ports in the back, and then one USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port in the back. Obviously, Gigabit Ethernet. LED strips. 17 individually addressable RGB LEDs for system status and customizability. So yeah, those are the specs of this machine. What are my overall thoughts of it? I mean, I think this has potential to do some damage in the market, provided they market it right. They actually have it available in stores, not just through the Steam website like the Steam Deck was. Because of that reason, it would be considered, if they just did it like that, versus just through the website, it would be more considered niche, much like how the Steam machine was. Because this Steam machine, not machine, but the Steam Deck only sold like 4 to 5 million units. Considering the fact that it's only sold through Valve's official website and not on store shelves. But if they do that, if they handle it differently with the Steam machine, it could do some good numbers, provided it's also priced well. Now, Valve is saying that they're like affordability is their high priority with when pricing this thing. So if I were to guess, here's what I would do. I would price the 512 GB at $499, and for the 2 TB version, I would do it for like $600 to $650. But I know people are gonna say it's the same price as Series X, and the Series X is more powerful. Yes, but you're getting a lot more out of this compared to a Series X, considering that you can customize it. You can make it like an emulation box, for crying out loud. Like, you can do emulation with it. So, considering, hey, it's still a PC at the end of the day, so you're getting that freedom. You don't have to pay for online. Steam games go on sale so freaking often. Like, their Steam deals get crazy really good, especially during the big sales, like the summer and winter sale. Like, dude, anybody who's played on PC, they would know just how good Steams are for those big seasonal ones. Those suckers have really good deals. Not to mention, you can buy games stuff like Loaded or other websites for Steam games. You know what I mean? So, in general, I'm pretty optimistic about this thing. I could see it doing well if they have it on retail store shelves. Not to mention, obviously, being on Steam's website like the Steam Deck is. But again, they have to price it right. They gotta market it right. And the fact they're only doing one machine, so clearly tells me they've learned their lesson from what they did last time with a Steam machine-like machine. Because last time they tried this, like, it was too early. And two, they had like so many different versions of it on the market. It was kind of ridiculous. So it confused the heck out of people. So they just passed on it and just got a console. So I mean, things are looking pretty solid. Now, the VRAM, though, that's my big concern with the specs, mostly, because most games, like, are really, especially the more demanding ones, demand something like 12 or 16. Hey, but maybe Valve has some secret sauce that make it, like, where it'll be fine, you know what I mean? I'm sure they also have some data because they know what people running Steam with what hardware they have, so maybe there's probably some data they have that kind of lets them like justify it, and also probably to keep costs down too. Again, that's probably another factor as well. But outside of the VRAM, I mostly don't have anything really negative to say so far about the Steam machine. I mean, on paper, it sounds good. Like, estimates are saying that it's more capable than a Series S, but below the base PS5 and the Series X. But if they keep the price like lower than those two, I think they have a good shot, or at least the same price, at least. If they have it like more powerful, then no. More expensive than those two, ooh. Yeah, I'd say that's gonna be the Achilles heel of it. But hey, if I get this, it would be for the bedroom, honestly. So then I could just play my PC games on my bed or whatever, like I did when I initially made my computer. But honestly, this looks. I know it's like mostly not going to be aimed towards me because I already have a gaming computer. I'd say it's going to be more so those who want to get into the PC ecosystem, like console players. But hey, I guess Valve seems to know what they're doing. So hey, maybe if this does well, maybe they'll continue this line. Because I'm sure they're working on the Steam Deck 2. I'm sure. And if this does decently well, I could see them doing like a Steam Machine Pro or Steam Machine 2 or something like that. Many years down the line. Hey, time will tell. So I say the future of gaming is going to be pretty interesting in a couple years, with these new systems like the Switch 2, obviously the PSX and whatever the Xbox Hybrid is going to be called, and obviously now we got the Steam Machine. So it's going to be curious to see what happens in the future. But hey, it depends on price. Depending on the prices, and I'll determine if I'm going to get one or not. But even if I don't, I still have my gaming computer, so I'm good. But other than that, though, that's all I gotta say on the Steam Machine. So what do you guys think of this announcement? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, have a good one.